You know, that feeling where it feels like you're in a waiting room of your own life. Like the things you want haven't happened yet, and the life you want hasn't arrived yet. But the one you're leaving behind no longer feels right either. So you're just in the waiting room. How you spend your days is how you spend your life. This quote is from Anadil Dutt's book, The Writing Life. And I think it was meant less as a productivity hack and more like talking about the waiting room we all feel is an endless, long void. In one of my previous videos, I mentioned how life is happening right now. It's not going to happen. It is happening while you're asleep, while you're doom scrolling, or while you're brushing your teeth. And in between of waiting for your train and getting to the office. I think it's such an underexplored emotion to live through as well. Because yes, we all do live our lives on an autopilot mode, whether it's in our daily structure or just a timeline. And we've talked about the timeline before. To recap, it's the one where we have to graduate by 22, 23, corporate ladder until retirement, and in the middle of that, we have to find the love of our life, get married, start a family, travel, well, and then you retire and then you die. Even if that's the timeline that you agree and you want for your life, you still in a way postpone your life, working a job that doesn't excite you every day to save up enough for 2 weeks that you can escape the country and your normal life and then come back to it and do the small talk all over again and again and again and again. So in perspective, we're living our everyday life to be able to escape for 2 weeks in a year. The ratio stands at 25:1. But I think the idea is to live a life that you don't have to escape from. And I know you've heard that before, I've heard that before, but we need to understand what it actually means. And it is easier said than done. I'm unemployed and I work on a freelance basis. Practically, I have a lot of time and I'm flexible with my time. I work for myself, but my days still look like negotiating deals throughout the day. Even if I do not have a 9 to 5 hustle, crazy hustle, I still have a hustle that is in a way similar. Because ultimately, I think the idea is not to rush into the next chapter because inevitably you will get there. You have to get there because time will pass, things will unfold, life will reveal itself to you. So why do we have to rush ourselves into the next thing, onto the next thing, without enjoying it? Just enjoy where you are right now. And maybe that's the whole point of it. And if you feel like you're stuck in the waiting room, maybe the waiting room is basically waiting for you to enjoy and get to that energy where you can step into the next chapter. Let me just water it down a little. Inevitably, you will find a job. Your business will take off at some point because you keep showing up for your dreams, and that's the way it is. It will happen. But while you're pursuing something, or building an empire, or building something that you want to last, seek devotion into that and not so much of discipline. My dad is the biggest example of this. He's absolutely disciplined in everything in that aspect. He always taught me discipline. But the thing is that I do not operate on that tangent. I operate on a different frequency, which is devotion. I want to live my life not in discipline, but in devotion to myself and my dreams and my future. And this is not to say that you should completely throw off the discipline out of your system. No, because it comes handy on days when you don't want to do something. But devotion comes in with the softness that it is okay to rest. This belief kind of got stronger when I read that discipline comes from fear and devotion comes from love. The idea is to live your life in devotion to yourself and your dreams, and put yourself in the center of your life and not the next project, the next chapter. So you can enjoy the journey and enjoy the journey to the point that it's no longer about the destination anymore. And then the next chapter unfurls itself and you're like, that was a good one. I really enjoyed getting there. Because have you ever noticed that when you're in that transition period of your life, it's kind of the moment you completely let go, you completely detach, and you're just trying to make yourself happy and you're just trying to be in the moment. That's when the transition feels the quickest. I remember April 2025, I had that moment of I am going to let go of every single thing that's worrying me. June 1st was the best day of my life. I was the happiest person by June 10th. Absolutely on cloud 9. The best day of my life. And that transition of April, May to 3 months looking back, it kind of feels like a blink of an eye. The transition feels, the waiting period feels so little and so small, and it goes in a blink of an eye when you're in the moment, when you're enjoying the life, when you're serving yourself, when you're in devotion to yourself. And I cannot express how beautiful that feels. Do you see my smile right now? Put yourself in the center of your life, not your next project, not another person, not an achievement, not a life goal, not a milestone of your life. Yourself. You're living this life for you. And if you got the chance to restart your life, whether by moving away from home or just any reason, you got to restart your life, enjoy every second of it, enjoy every ounce of it, because this is life happening on a random Tuesday. There's no waiting room. There's just you and your whimsy. And here's a perspective to loop back the quote. How you spend your day is how you spend your life. And if your days are of misery, tiredness, lack of the joy that you seek in your escape, it's no longer about a bad day. It compounds and it becomes your life and your reality. And at the end of it all, it was everything. At the end of that waiting room, there is then another waiting room and something else you need to achieve, and you need to transition for that. And it is an endless loop because you always need to achieve something new. The bar keeps getting higher and you will carry your misery into the next chapter. That is not ideal. Subjectively, objectively, that's not the ideal case. But instead, if you start looking at your own life as the room itself, then every day is a fresh start. It's a new reason to be the main character. Every day is more special and another reason to be happy and to decenter the worldly expectations and put yourself in the center of your own goddamn life. This life is for you. Live it for yourself. Enjoy every moment. And I will bring back a reference for a film yet again, because I work in films and I love films. I just love films. About Time. If you've not seen that film, watch that film. It is beautiful. And the film is about this time traveler who can go back into time and relive the days. And at the end of the film, the conclusion he comes to is that he will not go back into time to relive the days. Instead, he will pretend that he has come back in time to relive the day, and that's how he's going to spend the rest of his life. Imagine you came back in time to make the most of today and enjoy today because it's going to be the best day of your life. Just be delusional about it and then live that day. Live through that day according to that idea that you came back in time to live it. it's just beautiful. It's just how you spend your days is how you spend your life. Enjoy your days, even in the waiting room, even when things don't feel like they're going your way. Enjoy it. And I cannot stress it enough. But here's the catch. It will not make any difference if I say it. The only difference it will ever make is when this thought comes from within. When you realize it, when you integrate it within yourself. That's when the switch flips. That's when you start treating life with some surprise elements, and life is going to reward you back. I'm sure of that. Anyways, if you like what I talk about, feel free to go and read my Substack where I publish essays and short stories. Also, please subscribe because so many people are coming in, and I absolutely love the comment section, and I absolutely love the love that you guys are giving my videos. Thank you so much. Please do subscribe. And oh yeah, there's another thing. If you are an overthinker like me, there is a 5-question PDF down below. It's free, and it might just help you come out of that spiral that we are so used to getting stuck in. It's free. Feel free to grab it and to get in touch with me to tell me how you like it. Until next time.